I love to coach. It fills my soul when I coach people. Now you're probably going to wonder, why did I start out with that? Hi, good morning. How's everybody doing? There's a reason why you don't do what you love. Because I clearly love coaching. I coached for about 3 years and then I stopped. I figured I would take a hiatus and I haven't coached since then. And I just realized about a week ago it was time to get back into coaching. But then I had to have a long talk with myself to figure out, why did I stop coaching? Fear. Why do you not do what you love to do? Fear. It could be fear of disappointing, fear of giving the wrong information, fear of not being perfect, fear of whatever. In my case, the last time I coached, I had a client come in. I didn't know her at all. She came in, she had canceled a couple appointments, and I probably should have taken that as a red flag, but she came in and she was kind of argumentative through the door. And we talked maybe 5 minutes, and she looked at me and she said, my psychiatrist, and she goes into her psychiatrist. I'm like, whoa, 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 you have a psychiatrist? Nothing wrong with that, but we're talking shadow work here, not, the need for you to have a psychiatrist. And she's like, no, I'm gonna have to call him. And she went through this whole thing of how I completely upset her life. So, of course I refunded her, but I quit coaching after that. Because fear. Because I allowed somebody to take my passion away from me, because I made, in her mind, I made a horrible mistake in accepting her as a coaching client, although she knew exactly how I coached, because she had been at an event where I had done some live coaching, where you go to an event and people just raise their hand and sure, how can I help you type thing. So she knew. I think she just wasn't ready to change, and that's fine. Not everybody's ready to heal. There's some stuff I'm still healing on. Making a mistake, being criticized. When somebody criticizes me, I struggle with that because I grew up with a critical mother. So I really struggle with that piece. But if you're not doing what you love, if you're not following your passion, or if every time you follow your passion, something gets in your way. I've had some clients like that. They'll be like, I started doing this, I loved it. I started doing card readings, or I started to do my own business on marketing on LinkedIn. I loved it. But then all of a sudden I got clients that, we didn't jam together, or I started giving refunds, or just things weren't working out. Why? Well, you got to sit down and look at what shadow is in your way. What's stopping you? Because if you're not doing something you love to do, if you're not doing something you're born to do, there's something internal going. And we all have internal clocks. We all have stuff, ticking in our heart and in our soul, that you kind of have to figure out what it is. You kind of have to take the deep dive, and looking for shadows isn't easy. But, I am back to coaching because I also realized that I love coaching. I get a lot of fulfillment out of that. I love helping people see what's in their way and move it out of the way so they can move forward and become the person they want to be. But the long and short of this, and that's an expression I never liked, and I use it, is if you're not following your passion, if you're not hell-bent on achieving your goal, on achieving your results. I don't like to say goals. I like to say results, because goals could be, I want to be president of the United States. Your result could be you just really want to run for elected office. That's kind of not a good example. Your goal is you want to lose 50 pounds. Your result is you want to weigh a perfect 135. You want to be a perfect size 6. Always go with your results, because goals are kind of nebulous, but results they're black and white. It is what it is with your results. So look to that, but decide what you want. And if you're chasing it and it's elusive, or you get into it and you back off into it and back off, the history of my life, get going, stop, start, stop. You've got to figure out what's running. And I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning because I had to figure out what was running. Why wasn't I doing coaching? Because I love to coach. So if you need help with this, if you need any help at all, I'd be happy to coach you. But my main point, besides letting everybody know I'm coaching, I'm doing one-on-one again, is follow your passion, follow your heart. And if something is getting in your way, if something is stopping you, if something keeps happening, And like I said, I have some clients that do really well, and then bam, you know, and they go into the, you know, the proverbial crapper. Excuse me one second. Smudge! I'm at home, the dog. That dog. They fall into the, you know, bad things start happening. They got to sit down and figure out what block they're throwing in their way and then heal it. Because once you start healing your blocks, once you start moving through your limiting beliefs, the world opens up to you. I mean, if you've always had challenges, you know, I've always had challenges with my weight. I go up and down just, you know, depending on, you know, how I'm vibing. But if you start losing weight and you stop and start gaining it back, there's a reason. If you want to get really good at golf, you know, you guys know I love to golf, and you start golfing and, come here, got to see what she has in her hand. Excuse me one second. Sorry, it was just a picture. And I love to golf, but if you don't golf a lot or you don't get the tools to golf, you have to ask yourself, if your golf clubs are 15 years old and you know you'd be a better golfer without 15-year-old clubs, then you have to figure out, you know, why don't you get clubs? Does this make sense? It's Monday morning, so, and I'm watching a dog terrorize the house. So find out, do what you love. If you have any troubles, any obstacles in doing what you love, then let me know. Because life is way too short. I think if we've learned anything in 2020, well, we've learned a hell of a lot in 2020, but if we learned anything in 2020, it's how fragile life is. How you can be jamming on one thing one day and the next day, not so much. So when you look at the fragility of life, you have no choice but to follow your passion and purpose. And if you don't know what makes your heart sing, let's talk. I hope this helps somebody out there that's thinking about doing something and following their dreams. If you're interested in coaching with me, check out my website, KarenBarno.com, and it's under spiritual coaching, under work with me. I'm here to help you guys, and I'm back to doing videos daily. I gotta wait, you know, I go back and forth with videos, but I got a new cold stand at my house. It's, you know, we'll see how this video turns out. You know, I'm in Tempe, so you never know how internet is in Tempe. We're one of the few cities that has free internet. Oi, that's all I can say. Free internet, I mean, we pay, but everybody uses the same line, and that's what people forget. You know, even with, you know, you have 4G and 5G, and Verizon, I think, says they're the only ones that have 5G. Really not true. We have CenturyLink, we have 5G, because everybody uses the same line. That was a little sidebar there. Hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. If you're on my YouTube channel, please give me a subscribe. I'm trying like a little engine that could to get to 100. Talk to y'all later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.